Let me hit you with a quick question to kick off this explainer. When you hit enter on that last AI prompt, to summarize a doc or draft a quick email, do you actually know what it just cost your company? We all kind of treat these tools like a standard word processor, right? Just sitting there on your screen ready to go. But honestly, behind the scenes, there's a massive, almost entirely invisible economic engine that fires up every single time you make a request. Let's look at this number right here. Because the total production cost of AI is routinely 2 to 4 times the raw API invoice. It completely shatters that illusion of free AI. When finance looks at their bill from OpenAI, Google, or Microsoft, they're honestly just seeing the tip of the iceberg. The actual infrastructure needed to make your prompt work securely and effectively multiplies that baseline cost dramatically. So this explainer is all about pulling back the curtain on that hidden token economy. We're going to empower you with the exact daily habits you need to slash massive organizational waste. We're talking about AI FinOps today, but specifically looking at how you, the employee sitting right at the keyboard, actually hold the ultimate power to control this new frontier of spending.
Let's breeze through our agenda. We'll be covering the hidden costs of AI, your secret cost weapon, why every word costs real money, choosing your AI models, optimizing those daily prompts, and wrapping up with a brand new professional competency.
All right. Section 1. The hidden cost of AI and what lies beneath the invoice.
In traditional IT, budgets used to be wonderfully predictable. You'd buy server space, grab some annual software licenses, and your costs basically stayed flat month to month. Well, AI economics completely blows up those assumptions. Budget predictability is gone, entirely replaced by totally volatile usage-driven costs. We're talking massive infrastructure layers here, vector databases, moderation layers, even the cost of having actual humans review outputs to make sure they're safe. None of that shows up as a neat little line item on the primary vendor invoice. Finance teams are basically flying blind. So that 2 to 4 times multiplier we just talked about, yeah, this is exactly where it's coming from.
And then we have to add in the whole shadow AI situation. This is when employees just go out and buy tools on their personal credit cards. It bypasses procurement completely and creates massive financial and compliance risks. Think about it. A developer swipes for Cursor, a researcher grabs Perplexity, a marketer buys a niche AI writer. Not only are we paying for redundant tools across the company, but these tools are accessing sensitive corporate data without any security or legal review. In fact, consolidating all that shadow spend into enterprise agreements usually gets you a 20 to 40% cost savings right off the bat.
Moving on to Section 2, the secret cost control weapon. This is the employee playbook.
Now here's the twist. Platform engineers can optimize the tech, and procurement can haggle over contracts all day long, but literally none of that stops the meter from running when thousands of employees are firing off inefficient prompts. As you can see, the absolute most underutilized lever in AI cost optimization is end-user behavior. Your daily prompt writing habits are driving the vast majority of token consumption, so shifting those habits makes a huge impact. Every single time you type a prompt, you are actually making a purchasing decision on behalf of your company.
Which brings us to Section 3. Every word costs real money. Let's talk token economics literacy. To actually fix this, we've got to fundamentally rewire our mental model of how these AI networks bill us. Stop treating AI like it's unlimited Wi-Fi or an all-you-can-eat buffet. Instead, think of it like sending a vintage telegram. Every single piece of context you attach, you are getting charged by the word. In the AI space, those words are called tokens. You pay for the tokens you send in your prompt, and you pay for the tokens the model generates back to you. Absolutely nothing is flat rate here.
Here's a perfect example of what I mean. Say you paste a massive 20-page document into a tool like Copilot just to ask a super quick question about one little section. You just generated 10 to 50 times the token cost of a colleague who learned to paste in just the relevant 2 paragraphs. You both get the exact same answer, but that wasteful approach spins up massive, completely unnecessary compute costs. Teaching yourself to isolate and input only the necessary context is literally your first major lever in cutting down spend. All right, Section 4, choosing the right AI model. Let's look at the model selection matrix. So, another huge lever you control is model routing. That's just a fancy way of saying pick the right tier of AI tool for the job. You wouldn't rent an 18-wheeler just to deliver one pizza, right? So you definitely shouldn't use the biggest, most expensive AI model for a basic task. If you're doing a simple format conversion, basic Q&A or sentiment check, a model like Gemini Flash or GPT-4o Mini is lightning fast and dirt cheap.
You only want to bump up to the premium frontier models, like GPT-4o or Gemini 1.5 Pro, when you genuinely need complex reasoning, deep logic, or heavy coding. Using this tiering framework is one of the absolute highest leverage cost optimizations you can do.
Section 5. Optimizing your daily prompts. Let's get into the actionable playbook. Let's turn all of this into a super simple routine you can use every single time you sit down to interact with an AI tool. Here is your 3-step checklist before you hit enter. Number 1, trim your context. Just take an extra 5 seconds to paste only what's actually necessary. Number 2, consciously select your model. Ask yourself, do I really need the heavy lifter for this? And number 3, explicitly cap the output length. Tell the AI you want a 3-bullet summary or a 200-word limit. Don't let it just ramble into a full essay. That directly drops your output tokens without ruining the usefulness of the answer.
And our final stop, Section 6, the new professional competency, investing intelligently. Look, adopting these practices isn't about restricting how much you use AI. It's about treating AI literacy and cost awareness as a serious, elite professional competency. The goal of AI FinOps isn't just to pinch pennies or stop you from innovating. It's about finding that absolute sweet spot for efficiency. When you actively participate in these behaviors, like trimming your prompts down by 30%, you become incredibly valuable to the business. Or, hey, check out semantic caching. If you notice your team is asking the internal AI the exact same compliance question 50 times a week, flag it. Engineering can cache that answer. Then the AI doesn't have to compute it from scratch every time, and you just cut API call volumes by up to 50%. That is a massive win. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought to carry into your next workflow. Are you treating your company's AI like some bottomless free utility, or are you acting like an intelligent investor maximizing the return on every single token? The organizations that win the AI race won't necessarily be the ones spending the most cash. They'll be the ones whose teams invest the smartest. Try out this playbook, share it around with your team, and take real control over the AI engine right there at your fingertips. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.